Hey, how's everybody doing? So I hope everything's coming out okay. I hope you can hear me just fine. So when I logged into StreamYard, of course, they got all the updates on there. I had to read every single one of them. And I think everything should go right. So how is everybody doing? It looks like we got Kurt in here, Panga Panga, Rising Sun, King, my man. And that's it. So I'll start off with showing you a little something what I'm working on. Now I know the chart's not accurate, but you should see more what I'm getting ready to build and what I'm trying to do here. Let me see if I can get it to work. There it is.
Good day to all our esteemed players in the world of hunts and patrols. Today, we bring you a short update on the top performers in our community. Let's dive right in. Total hunts 1, 440. Total unique wallets, 65. Total patrols 1, 48. Total unique wallets, 11. Narrator, in the realm of hunting, these skilled individuals have shown exceptional prowess and dedication. Leading the pack is Germcurry with an impressive 42 hunts under their belt, followed closely by Jest with 37 hunts. Bryant Lion secures the third spot with 28 successful hunts, while High Def 88 and St. Andres round up the top 5 with 21 and 19 hunts respectively. Transition to the top 5 patrollers. On the front lines of patrols, these diligent guardians have showcased unwavering commitment to keeping the peace. Lord_Grim stands tall with 10 patrols to their name, closely followed by Bright Star with 8 patrols. Crichton, Level Up, and DFK Helper share the spotlight with 7 and 6 patrols each. For more detailed insights into the performance of our top players, visit dfkplayertools.com. The link is provided in the description below.
All right, so what do you guys think? I know I need to get them damn swords out of her hands. I thought I did that, but then they ended up in there. So is what I'm looking to do with that is in the future, that's one of the projects I'm working on. I'm trying to build the script out to where I just got to input the data, but I'm hoping to add, frequent updates of how many hunts are done, how many patrols are done, and different stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure out what all I want to show in there and what all I don't want to show in there. So should be good. So if someone could in the chat, let me know if you can hear me and if everything's coming out okay. Shows there's only two people in here, but yet if I look at YouTube, it shows there's more. I don't know if StreamYard's just messed up or what's going on, but I'm showing nothing. So with that being said, I don't have a whole lot to discuss. So let me see here what I can do. Because I'm showing no activity at all. Am I even live? I hate only having one screen. Yeah, I'm showing live. Okay, let's check this out. Let's go back over here. Oh, there we go. Got Kurt said something good. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it. So I always just get worried with all the problems everybody's having. So what do I want to talk about today? I got a lot on my mind. But one thing I want to share, and this is mostly for my scholars, I think they get a little confused on why it takes so long to get them the heroes that they want for doing hunts. So basically, the way I play the game, I invest so much money every week. And with that money, I don't buy heroes or none of that stuff. I really don't buy anything. Is what I use the money for is doing summons or dark summons or doing not patrols. Send them all out on quests. Hey, Matt, how's it doing? Yeah, I know, man. I need a second screen, but right now my laptop won't push a second screen out. And oh yeah, and just a heads up, guys, since Matt's mentioned it, my inverter in my truck's been acting up. So if all of a sudden I do go bye-bye, that means it shut off on me and I lost everything. But yeah, I do need a second screen so I can see everything. And I'm working on that. I'm hopefully this Thanksgiving when I head home, I'll get my new laptop and then I'll be able to set up a second screen and all that. But my motherboard in this one's acting up and I can't connect the HDMI. But anyways, back to what I was talking about now that Ogre's got me off topic there. But so either they go on questing, whatever the hell that's called. I spend the money on that and I spend the money on the 2 different types of summoning. And so for all the stones I need and all the crystals I need and all the mats for potions, everything I need to build for hunts, and that includes building up stronger heroes, all comes from the mats that I farm. So if I don't have the mats from farming, I don't have them to level up the heroes and do what we want there. So now the reason I do it that way is the heroes need to get leveled up. So if I spend the money on farming the mats, at the same time, it's also leveling up the heroes. So I go through and I keep doing my expeditions. I finally remembered the word. Keep doing all the expeditions so I can gather all the materials I need to build those heroes you guys want. So that's why it takes so long between builds. Like I'll gather all the materials and then I'll go through and do a bunch of summons and leveling and all that stuff to get you guys what you need. So I hope that helps you guys understand why I'll go almost a month without any new heroes, and then all of a sudden I got a bunch of new heroes for y'all. It takes a long time to gather up all those crystals and everything, and all the leveling. So that's more for the scholars. Let them know why it takes so long, because right now we're on a down phase, and they keep saying, "Hey, I need stronger heroes. I need stronger heroes." I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Don't worry, guys. So the next topic I want to talk about, and this one is it's got me a little irritated. So let's talk about swift thistle and sailfish. Okay. So I understand why they shut down or paused Sarandale. I don't blame them. I love the map, as you can see. That's where I got it set at. But they're talking about adding them to the gold vendor. I'm not completely against that. But the problem I have is they say don't ape in on broken mechanics. I get that. But I spent a lot of time building heroes and getting pets specifically for farming swift thistle and sailfish, so I didn't have to buy them. Like I said in the previous part, I want to farm all my mats to create everything I want. So with that said, not that those foragers and fishers are useless now, but I don't think I quite need the strength of foragers and fishers that I built for doing that. So it irritates me because I spent all that time building them, and now I got to go and build a bunch of gold miners so I can buy them all off the gold vendor. That defeats the whole purpose of what I was doing and why I was doing what I was doing. So, as we all know, we're still building the game and we got to adapt. And then when they do release Sarandale on the new realm, I'll have those heroes to go farm me that stuff. and I'll adapt and I'll get over it. But I just don't get, why not just add those mats into farming, or not farming, but foraging and fishing. Why do it that way? Maybe it's the amount of time it takes to code it. I don't know. This, that, and the other. So, anyways, I'm working on getting over that. We all know the team can really do a lot of things that upset me, and I'm still here and I still love the team, because overall, 90% of the game, I still love it. So I'm not going anywhere, even though their response to my question kind of really didn't make me feel any better, but that's okay. We'll get over it all. So what do we got here? Hey, two noobs. We got everything will be useful in the future. Yeah, that's right, Kurt. Everything will. And not only everything will be useful in the future, but everything that we built a certain way will be used different in the future. So we're going to constantly have to be adjusting. And that is one of the things I like about the game. So, hey, Tune Fed. So, all right. So now I know my message in Discord. I said we might talk, we might, share a review on Taco Bell or a documentary on Taco Bell. So I'm not really going to show that here. I don't know how all that works, copyright and all that stuff. But if you want to see a good review on Taco Bell, if you go to the Fat Electrician, he's got a good documentary on Taco Bell. Actually, I think he's got it on Fat Files, not Fat Electrician. He's got a bunch of different channels, but it's really good and it's funny. And every time I see it pop up on my recommended, I think a good old bull on. So maybe it's time to have Swift Thistle as drops on hunts. I would like to see that, Rising Sun. Drop a little bit more, drop in chests and that stuff and the other. That would be nice, but I don't really think they know what they're going to really do. I just kind of wish they would get it out there soon. Because, man, I was making some stones today, and them stones are getting pretty damn expensive with the sailfish and the Swift Thistle. So I'd like them to figure it out here soon. Just sitting here losing SL, Res, GS, LS, Stun traits on the pits for 48 hours. Kurt, I was doing some regular summons, not doing dark summons, so it's not as hurtful, but I was doing a bunch of those today, and I was doing all my advanced traits. Man, so many of those dropped down to nothing. I got rugged on so many of those. I was matching up, I think I had a set of like 10 or 15 that had a chance, that had 3 advanced traits on them already. And every one of them dropped down to like no traits left anymore. It sucked. So it's funny. And I don't know how you do it, Kurt, but I was watching your videos and watching how you do your summons. Man, you go through them summons fast. It takes me a while to match up heroes. I don't know how you do that. But probably slower is better because I don't really want to burn through that much crystal. So I want to open up a discussion here. Now that we're talking about stones getting expensive because of Swift Thistle and sailfish not being available. So, through the last, I want to say 3-4 AMAs, they've been mentioning that, DFK is not profitable. Okay. I have no reason not to believe them. And I have no reason to believe they're going to be going away anytime soon or any of that. I'm not worried, nothing like that. So don't bring this topic as I'm concerned about a rug. The only way DFK is going to rug is because they're all going to end up in the hospital because of their diets, eating all that Taco Bell and Mountain Dew and all that garbage. But is what I want to talk about and get your guys' opinion, see what you guys think about it. So one thing they mentioned that, they might be raising the gas price a little bit, raising up the GOI to get it to cover the gas costs and how much it costs to run the chain and all that stuff. I'm all for that. I say, in my opinion, just keep raising a little bit at a time until they get to where it's break even or a little above break even. Yeah, so we got to spend some more gas on doing things. It sucks. I'll bitch about it. A lot of other people will bitch about it. But if that's what it takes to sustain the gas cost, then in my opinion, that's what they need to do. We'll all get over it. All of us still here playing DFK, I highly doubt it's going to leave because they raised the gas price a little bit. But that brings me into a little longer discussion about it. And this is where I kind of want to hear what everybody else thinks. So let's say they raise the gas prices. So now their chain's covered. They can, they can keep doing that without any out-of-pocket cost. All good. But now, how can we make the rest of the game more affordable? What would you guys think if they started raising the costs of different things inside the game? Let's say instead of shipping, what is it, 3% they put in the quest fund? I think it's 3% or 5% that they put in the quest fund. Let's say they drop that down to 2%. Let's say like on expeditions, they raise the cost of expeditions just a little bit. There's a lot of things in the game that they can adjust the cost on to start to make the game a little more, we'll say profitable, but I don't really mean profitable, but let's get in the black every week or instead of in the red or however they're operating. And I don't know their budget. I don't know where they're at. This is strictly going off of the feeling I'm getting from what these guys are saying. If these prices of doing different activities in the game increase, is what that'll do to me. And I'll just use myself as an example. So summoning has gotten more expensive. So I don't summon as much. Now I understand that reduces the quest fund a little bit. That reduces their shares and this, that, and the other. But in the long term, if we all slow down on summoning, isn't that what they wanted to do anyways? These are just the things that go on in my head when I think about the overall economics of the game. Is it really beneficial to the game overall, everything being so cheap? If the cost of things went up to do in the game, would that not eventually, over time, cause the items in the game to go up as well? I'm always stuck on that because I noticed in Web3, and not just DeFi Kingdoms, but in other games as well, that so many people sell shit at a loss. If it costs me 50 cents to make that hero, I'm not selling it for less than 50 cents. I don't care what the floor is. I'll hold on to it forever. Now, I know a lot of people dump it so they can get the crystals, so they can do more summons, so they can get a chance to get that more valuable one. I know there's a lot more to it than that. But what's your guys' thoughts on if they slowly increase the costs in the game to help cover some of their cost and maybe increase some of their some of what they can spend on, making the game better? Does that make sense? No points trying to make items go up. We print them in quests, losing battles, but they can up cost. Yeah, Kurt. I think you're kind of seeing what I'm saying here. I don't think anything in the game is going to go up in value anytime soon, even if they raise the cost. And like when I do expeditions, and I mint all the garbage that I collect. You know, I don't look at the value of those items. I look at the value of what I can make with those items. And I am not one that goes in the market and sees whether or not can I make them cheaper than I can buy them, or can I buy them cheaper than I can make them. I play the game the way I want to play, not looking for the cheapest route, but yet I still got to stay within my budget. So if doing the same thing increases how much I got to spend a week, I wouldn't spend more. I would spend the same, just do less. So raising costs could help things become more sustainable and reduce farmers, though. Yeah, Kurt, I agree. I also don't think as many people are farming as used to. Like, people aren't using bots to farm anymore. You know, now they're doing expeditions, in which you can look at that as I can complete more expeditions than I could using a bot. But I think with as little players as we have now, I don't think that we're flooding the market as bad as we used to with farming. Plus, it's not just me, but I talk to a lot of other people. They're not selling off their mats as much as just putting them into LPs or just holding on to them. You know, like when all the stuff I farm, I don't sell. I'll put it in the LPs, or in the whatever you want to call that. I'll put them on the market. You know, I don't sell anything, which I use most everything I sell. And I want to know, and maybe one of y'all can figure this out, but why is gold value not just going up crazy? Because I am always running out of gold. And with Swift Thistle and Sailfish going into the vendor, I'm going to need even more gold. I can never farm enough gold, but I don't have, my gold miners aren't farming gold though. They're farming crystals. I got almost everything farming crystals. I'd say probably 90% of my heroes are farming crystals and not mats. And that's the other thing that changed, where I don't see we're farming as many mats as we used to. Because I think most people switch to farming crystals other than mats. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. I just think, you know, just start increasing the values of things just a little bit more and more and more. So I got one more topic I wanted to talk about. And if you guys can think of some topics or anything you guys want to discuss, go ahead and throw that in chat and we'll go ahead and talk about that. But the next topic I want to talk about, and I know 2 other Web3 games that are doing this. So quick question to you guys that have tried onboarding new players to DeFi Kingdoms. And when I say new players, I mean players that have not been into crypto for a long time or have not played Web3 games. What is the most difficult thing you have with onboarding them? Now, I'll share what I've come across time and time again that is so frustrating is getting them to get money into the game. So like trying to explain to them how to get money from their bank account and into the game is just such a struggle. They just don't get it. Now, I know we have some on ramps and stuff like that that you can buy tokens with credit cards and bring it straight into the game. I've tried talking to them about that as well, and that whole process has gotten crazy and is getting more and more difficult. Onboarding is easy with AVAX C chain, USDC, AVAX right into DFK. Yeah, Kurt, I agree. But what if they don't know what AVAX is? What if they don't know what bridging it into the game means? You know, I'll bring you to where my brain always goes is the Web3 community out there is not a large community. It's a very small community compared to the rest of the gaming committee or communities. And I really think we need to focus on gamers to come into DeFi Kingdoms, not people playing Web3 games. And not on top of that, most people, and this is just my opinion, most people in Web3 gaming, they want to make money. That's all they're about is making money. They don't want to play a game. They just want to do pump and dump and all that stuff. So I really don't even mess with a lot of stuff. A Web2 app that makes the average player run to Web3 to get better stuff. Let them learn on their own. Hey, Rising Sun. That's not the right attitude. We got to help people. We got to get them in here. We got to get them learning about Web3 and how much better Web3 gaming is. Of course, after the games are complete and built out, there's not really many options out there. But back to what I was talking about, and I would love to see DeFi Kingdoms do this. There's two other Web3 games that I follow, and both of them have the same option to getting money into the game. Now, one is not a US based company, but the other one is a US based company. So I know it's legal to do, and they're pretty big on legality. They've gone through some legal issues and they've learned their lesson. But basically is what it is you can buy an in-game card, kind of like, you can get what are those gaming cards you get? You can get like Steam cards, or you can get different cards for different games. You just buy it, and it pays for your subscription, or it puts you so many hours in the game, or there's a bunch of different things that they do in the game. Well, why can't DeFi Kingdoms have that at one of their locations on the map, where you buy a card? Let's say you give them $25, you get $20 USDC, and let's say 10 crystal, and then the rest goes into profit. If you can just go buy that with your credit card, and if they do it right, and I understand there is a way to do it, to where when you buy the card, it's just like a credit card purchase or something like that. It's not related to cryptocurrency. So you don't have all those different states or different companies, because I have two credit cards that I can't buy anything to do with crypto on. It bypasses all that to where you can just buy it. Yeah, they should sell crystal vouchers with the card vendor and battle pass. That's what I was thinking of, as the battle pass. On our country, it's really hard to do using cards. Yeah, King, and from what I understand, if you do it that way, there's a way to get around all that legal crap that's related to cryptocurrency. It's just like buying a battle pass or buying Steam credits and stuff like that. Now, I don't know the legalities of it, and I don't really know how they do it, but I really think that's one thing that'll help make it easier to onboard. They keep talking about onboarding people, but everything I hear them talking about is onboarding from the Web3 community, not from the Web2 community. And I love the Web3 community, don't get me wrong here, but F the Web3 community is all they want to do is come pump our products and dump them. They're not here to play a game. We need to get people here that want to play a game. But that brings us back to, is DeFi Kingdoms ready to advertise as a game? It's got a lot more building that needs to be done. So anyways, I don't want to ramble too long on that. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or anything that I can help you with or not help you with, or just ramble on about? By the way, guys, if you guys haven't noticed, King's been streaming live lately also. So whenever he gets a chance, he throws out some content also. So go check out his shit. It's pretty good stuff. Now, I wouldn't waste much on advertising yet until more of the build out is done. Yes, TuneFed, I agree. I think right now advertising DFK it can go either way. I think people can come in and say, well, this game's fucking halfway done. It's not even worth playing yet. And it could be the people like myself that wants to get in on any kind of game or project right at the beginning, so I have all the cool shit before all the leftovers come in. So, but yeah, TuneFed, I said it before and I'll keep saying it. I wouldn't invest any kind of money into advertising this game as of yet. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I didn't even add this to my list. So, not this AMA, but the past AMA, they were talking about Ragnarok, and one of the questions was they were asking about if it was going to be on chain or if it wasn't due to, being mobile and different stuff like that. And I keep pushing for I want it on chain. And that's why I put in the comments, and good old Bullon reiterated, it's free to play plus gas. Now, I know I'm one to bitch about cost and gas on that shit all the time, but that plus gas is a huge factor in the whole thing, in my opinion. So most blockchains business model revolves around gas. So if I have a blockchain and you're coming to me wanting me to give you a grant to put a part of your game on my blockchain, what's the benefit for me? Well, that benefit would be the transactions. So that plus gas is a huge selling point in order to get the grants that they want. And we all know DeFi Kingdoms has a well-known reputation for having a lot of transactions. So that plus gas part of the whole thing is huge, in my opinion, for that fact. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know everyone wants free to play, but again, I don't think I think for a grant per thing, Ragnarok will be great, but I don't think for a player base, it's that great for onboarding. I think it will, maybe, but I think for the grant reason is a good reason. So anyways, what's y'all's thoughts? You guys got anything else you want to talk about? Or is this going to be a short one? So, oh yeah, and that beginning video that I showed, if there's anything that you guys would like to see added to that on different things you guys would like an update, because what I want to do with that is in the future, I want to have that set up to where I can to where it's pretty much all automated, to where I just got to input the daily numbers and names and different stuff like that, to where it's real simple. Like that video right there took me maybe 10 minutes to make. So be careful what you say, guys. I have the band hammer ready. You go there. But yeah, if you guys have anything you guys want added to that or anything like that, just let me know. Shoot it in the comments or let me know on Discord or whatever, and I can start working on all that. I'm going to say it's going to take a couple months before I get it all ready. So What are people saying there, Panga Panga? I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. What's going on in Discord anyways? Nothing. You know, I do got to thank you, Panga Panga. Whenever I have weird questions for you guys on the whole problems channel, you're always right there to answer my questions and help out. So I appreciate it. And I do appreciate everything you do in Discord to help people out. You do a great job in there. King wants to talk about PvP. What do you want to talk about in PvP, King? I know you're getting excited because we're getting really close to having a team set up. We do need to find one more scholar. So if anyone knows anybody looking for a DeFi Kingdoms scholarship, let me know. Transactions is a huge thing for blockchain shit. Yeah, Panga Panga. Best mob in Web3. No FUD here, Panga Panga. That's all I like to do is throw FUD around. Of course, I don't mean it as FUD, although it comes across as FUD all the time. But yeah. So yeah, just to let you guys know, Zan's Meta Army is looking for one more scholar that's interested in playing PvP. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a team of 4 scholars that want to play PvP. And we're going to go through, and if we can get 4 to play consecutively at the same time, whenever those tournaments are up, we can get those filled in. Because, you know, from what I'm seeing on average, if you look at the level 10 stuff, it looks like on average it's only 30 Joule to join. So, you know, what is that, 30, 60, 90, 120 Joule a day? You know, we can do all that and get, you know, whatever rewards they are. But I think that'll help get the tournaments going a little bit better. And plus, you know, if I can get 4 of them in there and we can keep active a lot, you know, I think that'll help keep things flowing. So now I just copy and paste what Zipper says. Hey, you have done that a few times. ZMA takeover. Yeah, TuneFed, maybe. You never know. We don't really have the equipment or the heroes yet to really do that great in it. But hell, it'll really help get them practiced up and ready for season 2. You know, really learn the system. We can't win. Sashay hates us. Why is that, Panga Panga? Wait, Panga Panga going crazy today. If you have heart and you tip Sashay well for good RNG, you will go far. Oh, so that's the trick, TuneFed. You know, we'll talk about RNG, and we'll talk about my good friend King here. Now, he might not get a lot of drops lately, but 2 Excaliburs in a row, one day an Excalibur, the very next day an Excalibur. That's some pretty good RNG, I think. So I think King's the king of RNG right now. 2 Excaliburs in 2 days. Why are you showing Serendale? Because I love Serendale. It's the most beautiful map we have. You don't like Serendale? What would you rather see? Sundered Isles? There you go. Yeah, I have still never got an egg sword. Oh, I'm sorry, TuneFed. Serendale also has the best music. So no, you're not. You don't have the best RNG. Just lucky. Let's see here. We got Sarandale. Absolutely beautiful. Plus that music. I mean, you gotta love the music. And you have Crystal Vale. It's covering all that white snowy shit. Nobody likes snowy shit. Plus, there's no bass in the music. Gotta have some kind of bass. Which still the music's better than most games. I still like the music way better. Luck is everything. Okay, Kupo. You're right. Luck is everything because you win everything. You even won again. How's it going, Kupo? I ain't seen you hanging out for a while. Oh, no party happening around here. Now that you got me a little concerned there, Kupo. What do we do when Kupo's around? Let's see here. What can I give away to Kupo? I got a bunch of shitty ass pets. Why is this moving so slow? I got no heroes on this wallet. You guys want to do a giveaway? We got Kupo in the house. We got to do a giveaway, right? Let's see here. I should have some decent heroes over here. I don't want to give away nothing too special. Always hear and love what you got to say. Yeah, Kupo, did you watch from the beginning, or are you just catching up? Or are you just in here? Everyone loves giveaways. You got that right, King. What do you think, King? Should I give away this warrior right here? Blinding Wind, Heals, Chatterbox, Fearless. Nothing too great. You ain't got a stone on him. But still, he's a level 14 warrior. Yeah, he needs to be re-rolled. Let's save this ID number. What do you guys think? Should we give this away? Yeah, stats suck, but he has no. What we got here? A decent gardener. A warrior with decent stats for gardening. That's funny. Shit, I don't remember how to do a roll. Y'all remember how to do a roll in here? Audio, visual, layout. All right. I forgot how to do that. And you remember where you get that tool to do the roll for you? Let's see here. I'll go ahead and Google it real quick. I don't want to watch a YouTube video on it. What the hell? Is that it? Oh, I forgot how to do this. There we go. All right, I have no clue what I'm doing now. All right, so it's hashtag Kupo to enter. Let's see if this works. Let's see if it works. Oh, I got to share that now, huh? How come it's not showing up on here? There we go. All right, we all getting our entries in there? Yeah, it shows we got 3 people. We got TuneFed, Kupo, and TuneFed, and Rising Sun's in there. All right, so everyone on here should be able to DM me in Discord outside of Rising Sun. Do you know how to DM me in Discord, Rising Sun? Just in case you win. Yeah, you got good odds, all right. There's only 4 of y'all in there. Shows we got 9 watching, so all right. Good job. Thanks, Sun or Rising Sun. All right. So should we give it away to Kupo now? What a surprise. Well, I might as well do hashtag Kupo. He wins all the time, so you know. That's the only reason I'm doing it is because he's here. All right. So y'all ready? We're gonna roll. Let's see. Here we got. Who do we got? Rising Sun. I guess it's a good thing you sent me that friend request, huh? Yeah, Kupo. I ain't seen you in PvP much, but I don't watch it that close. So, all right, Rising Sun, go ahead and send me your link, and I'll get that sent over to you. Congratulations, Rising Sun. I love you anyways, Kupo, but it was nice to see someone win besides you. Hey, Eric. Yeah, we do got to get you. Have you been playing any PvP, Kupo? You been joining any of the tournaments? Go ahead and get this sent over to him real quick. I hope y'all don't mind. I just want to get this done, sent. That way I don't have to worry about it. Plus, it's only one real quick one, so. There you go. It's on its way. Damn tootin' tune. Yeah, no, I am excited to see some new Vizzies. When are they going to get some new Vizzies out there? I like the Vizzies. Yeah, King, you all, it kept pausing on you. I was wondering. What do you guys think the next Vizzy should be? You know, I'd like to see more like type cosmetic Vizzies, not like whole outfits, but you know, just maybe just some plain red shorts or some weird T-shirts. You know, just some stuff like that. Maybe a cowboy hat, ghoulie suit. Cowboy hats. There you go, Eric. We need some cowboy hats out there. You know, maybe a little Cummins diesel hat. What am I doing here? Hell, I have no freaking clue. There we go. Now you guys can see my ugly face. Yamuka squad, YMCA squad, Horizon Sun. That's funny. Yep. You can't even see my hat. If I turn that light on, will it help? No. Hey, Matt, are you still in here? What truck did you end up in? I'm curious what you ended up with. A Salomon Kane hat. There you go. You know, there's a lot of cool hats you can get out there. A lot of different stuff like that. I mean, they don't, not all the Vizzies have to be like really cool. Just throw some weird shit out there. There you go. Make a little more money. They could do that. So, all right. We are coming up on the hour mark. I want a surprise color reveal hoodie, sweater Vizzy with super rare mythic purple ones. Oh, you got a freight shaker? I'm sorry. Great for backing though. But man, those will wear you out at the end of the day. Need to harbor that hat, boss. Yeah. I mean, who's down with it? A bunch of different hats. Just like, you can get cowboy hats, you can get a top hat. I think that'd be cool. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, I think I will leave it here. Faster and cheaper to get work done. Well, you don't get them worked on. You buy them brand new. That way you don't have to pay to get them worked done. I replace mine every 4 years. A bucket hat. There you go. Yeah, if you get some time sometime, Ogre, give me a call. I want to catch up, see how you're doing out there. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. We are coming up on the hour mark. I appreciate you guys. And as always, don't forget to keep moving forward.